With the launch of the latest firmware update, submixes are now available to all RØDECaster Pro II users. Now, this feature is incredibly powerful, but it does take a bit of time to understand what it's doing and, of course, how it actually works. So today, I'm going to walk you through how to use submixes properly. But before we jump in and start pushing buttons, let's answer the first question. What are we actually talking about when we say submixes? Put very simply, the RØDECaster Pro II gathers audio sources from different places, like your microphone, your smartphone, your computers via USB, and it creates a single mix, often called the main mix, which is sent to different places and different devices. Now, this mix will be sent to your headphones, to your computer via USB, maybe even to your Discord chat via USB 1 chat. The point is that every single output mix will be more or less the exact same mix. Now, this all just means that what you hear in your headphones is the same as what your podcast guests might hear in their headphones, and that's the same as what your audience hears on Twitch and so on. Now, this mix is dictated by your fader positions on the mix board of the RØDECaster Pro II. So for the most part, making any changes to the faders here would affect what everybody hears on all output mixes. While this simplifies everything and it's great for working quickly, the reality is that you might decide that you want different mixes for each of your different outputs. Put simply, you might want to hear a different mix to what your audience hears on Twitch versus what your teammates hear on Discord. Therefore, instead of your main mix, you are looking to create many different sub-mixes. And this is exactly what this latest firmware update delivers. So make sure you download that via Rode Central, Wi-Fi, or Ethernet to update your RØDECaster Pro II and get started. Theory out of the way, let's do the thing. So starting with a very simple but popular scenario that involves submixes, let's say that we want to reduce the volume of our mic in our own headphones without affecting the entire main mix for everybody else. So if we were to simply turn down the mic channel fader, it would change what we hear, but it would also change what everybody else hears as well. So if you're streaming, you can imagine that your Twitch chat will be complaining that they can't hear you properly. Or if you're podcasting, your other guests will be complaining about how quiet you are in their headphones as well. Instead of simply turning down the fader on the mix board and affecting all of our outputs, we want to create our own custom submix. So to do this, we're going to select Settings, Outputs, and Routing. From here, we can see all of the outputs that are being fed the main mix from the RØDECaster Pro II. Now, our headphones are plugged into the first headphone channel on the back, so we will just need to press Headphones 1. By default, our headphones will be fed the main mix, which just means that we will hear exactly what we have set on our faders here. But we have decided, of course, that we want to send a slightly different mix to our headphones, so we are going to press the Custom button at the top here. Now, in this custom mix, nothing actually deviates from the main mix until we make adjustments. So we have decided that we want to turn down our own mic in our headphones. So let's press on the fader for our microphone channel. I'm plugged into XLR1 here. And we are going to use a rotary knob to turn down this channel for this particular output. So now in my headphones, I can barely hear the mic that I'm talking into, but it's not going to be affecting all of our other outputs. Now, a helpful tip, whatever's glowing green on the RØDECaster Pro II screen is being controlled by the rotary knob. So with that done, the mix for our headphones have now been changed without affecting all of the other output mixes. If you want, you can go on and do the same for any of the other channels here as well. You may notice each time we make a change, a little blue bar appears connecting these 2 points. Now this just indicates that the faders are linked and there is now an offset between the volume for this output mix and the main output mix. Now, whenever you move the fader for your main mix, the offset is maintained, allowing you to make small adjustments to the mix board without needing to jump into this particular menu every single time. While linking the faders is handy for quick small adjustments on the fly, let's just say that we want it to be totally separate so that the volume of the microphone in our headphones is never affected by the main mix. All we need to do is unlink this channel by pressing on the chain icon at the bottom of this channel until the chain breaks, and they are now separated. Now these fader positions are unlinked and they can be adjusted independently. So you can see whenever I move the output for my headphones, it doesn't change. And whenever I change the main mix, the headphone output doesn't change. The last thing worth knowing here is how to completely disable a channel from ever reaching an output mix. Now, let's say we don't want any music from our Bluetooth channel to be sent to our Twitch stream. We just need to select the output mix being sent to our computer. Let's pretend that it's on USB 2. So we have our computer connected via USB 2. We'll select the output mix for that. We will go to Custom. We've identified that our music is on Bluetooth. All we need to do now is press the chain icon until we get a red X. Once this is done, the audio from the Bluetooth channel will never output to our computer on USB 2, regardless of what's happening with our main mix. Handy tip, if you ever want to link the faders back up, simply cycle the chain icon until they are matched again. Another helpful tip worth knowing about is Mixminus. Now this is shown as an additional option alongside main mix and custom mix when selecting the routing for the Bluetooth and all USB channels. Now Mixminus just means that the output is going to be receiving the entire mix minus itself. So this just eliminates the potential for a feedback loop to occur when using it for comms. So in our case, if we are using a USB 2 channel for communications like a Discord call where we've got inputs and outputs, we want to avoid selecting main and instead choose Mixminus. Or we can create our own submix and disable the channel from outputting on top of itself. And that's about all there is to know about submixes and how to use them. Let us know if you had any questions in the comments below, and we will see you in the next one. Happy recording, everybody.